very welcome.
Tell me, what's the relationship between Mexico and Ireland?
Well, at every level, relations are excellent and strong. Historically, hugely influenced by the arrival in Mexico in the 18th century of many Irish people who were actually working for the Spanish government at the time. Irish refugees from trouble in Ireland went to work in the Spanish court. Juan O'Donoghue, the last viceroy of Spain, was an Irishman who signed ended the colonisation year. I'm very proud of that. And then in the 19th century we had this extraordinary act of solidarity between the San Patricio Battalion and Mexican soldiers who were battling for the sovereignty of Mexico. And these men, Germans and Scottish people involved in the battalion as well, gave their lives for Mexican freedom. So it's a very, on the historic side, it is rich, it is textured, it's profound. And on the commercial side, it's increasingly positive. Trade is very strong. It's going to get stronger because of the Mexican-European Union Free Trade Agreement, which comes into effect next spring. And I guess on the political front, Ireland and Mexico at the United Nations level, at the multilateral level, are virtually like-minded on the importance of the United Nations system, on free trade, on protection of the environment. For example, Ireland and Mexico were amongst a small group of countries who advocated last year for a test ban on nuclear arms. So like-mindedness on values in the international system, like-minded in terms of our history, our culture, Catholicism, the importance of family, shared culture. So for me as ambassador, coming to Mexico from New York, it felt like coming home in the most surprising way. I joke with my friends that perhaps I should be the first Irish ambassador to defect to Mexico, that I might never leave. I feel so much at home here. But I mean it seriously, the fellow feeling and the goodwill. And I find that right now, I guess, that as a woman leader, I am fascinated to see the emergence in the politics here of this very, very strong principle of parity and equality. I find that very, very impressive. And I'm hugely impressed by the commitment of the political leadership in the country. We have had a very honest debate about the future of Mexico, and a really interesting moment opening up now for EU-Mexico relations within the government.
Your challenges as ambassador in a very different country.
Well, I mean, on the professional side, as I said earlier on, the ease with which there is welcome and access here. You have a brilliant foreign ministry, a great current foreign minister, and your incoming minister is educated in France. He is a great leader as well. So access to the political and diplomatic elite here, it's a very welcoming environment as Ambassador of Ireland. I guess on the personal side, it's that little bit farther from Ireland than New York. We still don't have a direct flight. So with my family scattered around the world, access to my family, I'm married, I have 3 kids. So as a mother of 3 kids and married lady, I find that the access point is a little bit difficult to negotiate. But overall, I would say I feel very much at home here at such an interesting time for the country and for Ireland's relations with Mexico.
What are your secrets to very good leadership, to be a very good leader? Because it's not easy. You are a woman in a typical male world.
Well, diplomacy has certainly a predominance of male leadership models in it traditionally. In our own country, we're making a big push to have a more inclusive policy. I'm on the management board of the Irish Foreign Ministry as a woman, and we are working very hard to make sure that we get good parity in our leadership and talent. I guess for me it's a very straightforward and practical thing. Work very hard to make sure that your skill set brings you to the level of capacity and capability that you need. But then be yourself. I think it's the moment for authentic leadership. And if you look at all the successful leaders, there is a great mixture of talent and humility and then purpose. And I think purpose is, for me, my purpose of serving my country, which I love, supporting peace in the world, which I fundamentally believe in, and supporting the European Union as it strengthens as a group. For me, these are fundamental and driving forces. Peace in my own country, which I've worked on for 10 years. So I think keep a focus on purpose and keep true to your own values, and the values of your country will, in the case of diplomacy, keep you as a very good ambassador. Not saying that I do that very well all the time, but I think that that's what drives me, the sense of keep focused on the values, and then relationships of goodwill and trust will develop.
You came for the opening to this event. What do you think? What are your impressions? What do you think about it?
Well, I have to say that in terms of my career, I get to visit many convention centres, and I think the convention centre here in Puerto Vallarta is just amazing. The design on top of an amazing welcome, which I received here from the leadership team in the convention centre, was very, very impressive. I think that these days it's so important to have gatherings of people looking into the future, because there's quite a narrative of being afraid of the future out there, that in some way industrialisation means the dehumanising of work. And in actual fact, that's such a short-sighted view of it. So the debate here today about the role of technology in the future of Mexico, I found it fascinating. I was able to contribute as the guest country here today about our experience in Ireland of transformation, moving very quickly in 40 years really since our European Union membership, from an agriculturally based, and we still have a brilliant agricultural sector in Ireland, but largely an agriculturally based economy where there was no great opportunity for our young people, and we had the problem of mass immigration from Ireland in the 50s and the 40s, to a country now which is virtually at full employment and with a great tech ecosystem evolving in it. We haven't solved all of our social problems, we have difficulties, we continue to work for peace and reconciliation in the country, but we're at peace, we're at full employment, and we've ended the great scourge of mass immigration, mass unemployment, and political violence in our country. So these are driving a great renaissance in Ireland, with a focus on innovation, creativity, and social inclusion and peace.